Hello there, my name is Sean Jeffers. I'm with Rooter Plus Plumbing and Septic based out of Cumming, Georgia. Today we're going to be doing Ask the Expert, and we have 5 questions that we're going to be answering for you today. The first question is, how often should I get my septic system pumped? State of Georgia recommends every 3 to 5 years. If you're doing it every 3 to 5 years, you can catch any issues before they become problems, and we can give you some corrective actions to take before it becomes a major problem. Second question is, why is there standing water in my yard? Standing water in my yard is usually a sign of a drain field starting to fail. So when the drain field starts to fail, one of 2 things is going to happen. It's either going to back up into the tank, fill the tank up, back up into the house where you can't use the facilities, or it's going to start surfacing in the yard because the water that you're using in the house is looking for somewhere to go. And if the drain field's not taking water, those are the only 2 options. So that's what the standing water in the yard is. Third question, what can I flush down my toilet? I would recommend only, I don't know how to put this correctly, body fluids and toilet paper. You don't want to be putting down feminine hygiene products or baby wipes, definitely, because those, even though they say septic safe and biodegradable, a lot of them do not break down, and we come out there and pump your tank. I've personally pumped a tank that was 3/4 full of baby wipes. Took about 7 hours to pump that tank down, so I would definitely not recommend that. And those are the only things. Don't put grease down there. You want to put grease down the toilet, hopefully, but kitchen sinks, don't put grease down there because it'll harden up over time as it's going down that line to the septic tank, and over time it's going to cause a clog in that line where everything's not draining the way it's supposed to. And also on washing clothes, I would not recommend using powdered detergent. Powdered detergent will build up the same as grease over time, and you'll get a clog in that line or in that front baffle of the septic tank, not allowing it to drain the way it's supposed to. How long do septic systems last? That's a very good question. It varies. I generally say 20 to 50 years, but a septic system is going to, how long it's going to last is based on the dirt that you have in your yard and the amount of water consumption the house is using out there. So a 3-bedroom house should have a minimum of 196 feet. It's designed for 4 people living in a 3-bedroom house. Therefore, if you have 8 people living in that house, you're gonna make that system not last as long as it should. It's gonna fail sooner on that end also. So, and the soil, there's over 200 different kinds of soil in Georgia. So when we do systems, we get soil reports to make sure that it'll take a conventional system and function and work the way it's designed and the way it's supposed to. And the 5th and final question I have is, I've heard I shouldn't use garbage disposal. Why is that? That's not true. You can have a garbage disposal on a septic system. In the state of Georgia, they do require an additional 50% storage capacity on a septic tank. So if you have a 4-bedroom and lower house, they generally have a 1,000-gallon tank. If you're gonna put a garbage disposal on there, you will require a 1,500-gallon tank out there. And in a 5-bedroom and larger house, it's usually 1,500 gallons or more for storage. Then you would need a 2,000 or larger tank. And the reason for that is everything you put down that garbage disposal needs more time to settle and the bacteria to eat that stuff up that's coming into the tank. And if you have a smaller one, it won't eat it up the way it's supposed to, and you're gonna get a heavy layer of scum and solids on top because the bacteria is not eating everything up the way it's supposed to in a timely fashion. So if you give more storage capacity, it takes longer to get out to the drain field, has more time in that tank to actually do its job and do what it needs to do. If you have a question, whether it be for plumbing or septic, go to asktheexpert@rooterplus.com. So we'll get your questions submitted and answered for you, so that way you're not wondering anymore.